Have you ever looked in the mirror after retirement and quietly wondered, is this really it? For years, you worked hard, sacrificed, built a life, and told yourself that one day you would finally relax and enjoy freedom. But when the day came, something unexpected happened. Instead of feeling free, you felt empty. Instead of feeling closer to your partner, you felt distance. And inside, a fear began to grow. What if intimacy is gone forever? What if love has retired with me? The truth is, you are not alone in that fear. Millions of people reach retirement and discover that intimacy feels like a stranger. They still love their partner, but something is missing. The laughter is quieter, the spark feels dimmer, the connection doesn't come as easily as it once did. And in the silence, fear begins to whisper, "You're too old. You're not attractive anymore. Your partner doesn't desire you. Passion is a young person's game." But these are lies that keep us trapped. Because love doesn't retire, passion doesn't expire, and intimacy doesn't disappear with age. What really disappears is the courage to face fear. And once you learn to turn fear into freedom, you open the door to a deeper, richer, and more powerful intimacy than you've ever known. For decades, your life was defined by work, responsibility, raising children, paying bills, and keeping everything moving. Intimacy often took a back seat because there was never enough time. Now, retirement finally gives you that time, but fear often slips in to steal it away. The fear of rejection, the fear of performance, the fear of being seen in a body that has changed with age. And instead of reaching for connection, many people pull away. They stop talking about what they want. They stop touching. They stop trying. And the quiet distance between them and their partner grows, but that doesn't have to be your story. Because fear is not a wall, fear is a doorway. And the moment you choose to walk through it, you begin to experience freedom. It starts by speaking the truth. Most couples carry unspoken fears, both partners secretly wondering if they are still desired, if intimacy still matters, if closeness can be reclaimed. The moment you speak those fears aloud, "I miss our closeness. I feel nervous. I want to reconnect with you," the walls begin to crumble. Vulnerability feels scary, but it's the very thing that builds trust and closeness. Your partner may be waiting for you to say what they've been feeling all along, and in that moment, fear begins to transform into connection. Connection is the foundation of intimacy, and it begins with conversation. Retirement is not just the end of work, it's the beginning of rediscovering your partner. Ask questions you haven't asked in years. What excites you now? What do you dream of? What makes you feel loved? Listen, truly listen, because intimacy is not built in the bedroom first, it's built in the heart. And when you rediscover your partner emotionally, physical intimacy becomes natural again. But intimacy after retirement is not just about returning to the past, it's about creating something new. Instead of rushing through moments like in your younger years, you now have the gift of slowing down. You can take time to savor a kiss, to hold hands longer, to linger in closeness without rushing anywhere. Intimacy at this stage of life is about depth, not speed. It's about truly seeing each other, truly valuing every touch, every laugh, every memory you create together. Of course, fear often shows up in the form of insecurity. Wrinkles, gray hair, changes in energy. All of these can make us feel less desirable. But here's the secret. Intimacy is not about perfection. It's about honesty. It's about showing up as you are, without pretending, without hiding. Vulnerability creates attraction because nothing is more magnetic than someone who is fully present, fully real, and fully open. And let's not forget one thing that too many people overlook. Intimacy is playful. It's not supposed to be serious all the time. It's laughter in the kitchen, dancing in the living room, taking spontaneous adventures, trying new things together. Retirement is the perfect season to rediscover playfulness. The spark is not about youth, it's about joy. When you bring joy and lightness back into your relationship, passion follows naturally. But intimacy does not begin with your partner. It begins with you. Self-love is the key that unlocks everything else. When you feel alive, confident, and comfortable in your own skin, you radiate energy that draws your partner closer. Take care of yourself. Move your body. Eat in a way that makes you feel strong. Nurture your mind with books, with learning, with curiosity. Nourish your soul with prayer, meditation, or time in nature. When you love yourself, you open the door for deeper love with your partner. And here is the most beautiful truth of all. Intimacy after retirement doesn't have to look like it did when you were younger. In fact, it can be better. When you were young, intimacy was often fast, distracted, and sometimes shallow. But later in life, it becomes slower, deeper, more intentional. You savor it, you treasure it. You understand that closeness is not just about passion. It's about connection, about comfort, about gratitude for every moment you have together. That makes intimacy sweeter than ever before. So if you've been feeling the weight of fear, if you've been living in silence, if you've been thinking the best years of love are behind you, let me tell you something different. They are not behind you. They are ahead of you. The spark is not gone. It's waiting for you to claim it. But you can't claim it by hiding from fear. You claim it by facing fear and turning it into freedom. Reach for your partner's hand tonight. Share your heart openly. Let yourself be vulnerable. Laugh together again. Love yourself enough to believe that intimacy is not over. It's being reborn. Because love does not fade with age. Passion does not retire. And intimacy is not about numbers. It's about courage. Courage to be real. Courage to be open. Courage to love with everything you have. So let today be the day you stop listening to fear and start choosing freedom. Because retirement is not the end of intimacy. It is the beginning of the most passionate, meaningful, and beautiful chapter of your life.